Welcome to day number 2 of Own Your Edges. I am so excited to be back with you because these next 2 assignments, today's and tomorrow's, are going to get a little bit more spicy and salty, as you might expect, with an event called Own Your Edges. Now, today is the plot twist technique, and we are banishing boring, elevating our brand beyond what's normal and expected to find our own little space that we want to occupy. If you feel like you're a multifaceted human being and perhaps your brand should reflect that, today you will rejoice because this technique, the plot twist technique, is an incredible way to stand out in the market in a way that is uniquely yours. So there's 2 ways that you can go about doing this, and I'm going to leave it up to you to play with what feels best for your brand and your business. And remember, I typically speak from my own experience in that I have the perspective of working as a personal brand, but all of the lessons that we're doing here in Own Your Edges can be applied to software as a service, to a corporate brand, to a product or e-commerce brand. It's just up to you to do the translation. And I'll give as many examples as possible on how to exactly do that. Okay, so the plot twist technique, the premise is that if you want to stand out in the market, you cannot be better. Like faster, cheaper, higher quality, none of those things are really going to matter that much to your ideal client. If you really want to stand out, you have to be different. So I am going to encourage you, I'm going to give you the mandate, and especially for today's action assignment, we want to pick one thing about you or about your business, however angle you want to do it, where you're mixing in something unexpected and novel. So maybe you are a life coach, but you're also an avid rock climber. So you could find ways to mix in that unrelated hobby or obsession of yours into your brand. So you could tell stories about rock climbing, you could tell about lessons learned, things that you realized about your life, or like the way that you have constructed your methods using what you've learned in rock climbing. I could see some really fun analogies about having somebody belaying you, looking for the right footholds, all sorts of fun stuff. So the key here is that we want to defy our niche expectations. So no matter if you're a copywriter, designer, coach, product seller, whatever it is, completely forget everything that everybody else is doing. Look inside yourself and your business to find something that is unique and different. Sometimes these things are hidden and disguised in the things that we're self-conscious about. So maybe it's the fact that you're a woman in your industry, or a man, or maybe it's how old you are or how young you are, or like we touched on before, some weird obsession or hobby that it's a part of your life that's not very common, especially among your industry. So your action assignment here is to identify just one way that you are weird, different, and amazing, and figure out how you want to twist it into your brand. This, again, can mean stories. It can mean even like your naming conventions. You could blend it in lots of different ways. But for this action assignment, all I want you to do is write one short piece of content, whether that's showing up and talking on like Instagram stories or Facebook, a Facebook Live. Maybe it's writing a short post. Talk about how one has informed the other. So maybe it is, I'm trying to think of more examples here so I don't keep using the rock climbing one. And one example that I love to refer back to because it's worked so gosh darn well for me is mixing psychology with branding. Now this one's a little bit maybe more obvious or more related, and it's more in the business realm. Both psychology and business kind of have this hand-in-hand relationship. But especially when I started 6 years ago, not many people were talking about psychology. So by me taking brand strategy and then mixing in psychology, the psychology-driven aspect as the plot twist, I stand out in the market. So do the reflection, figure out what you want to hone in on as your plot twist in your brand, something that is weird, different, unusual. Maybe it's something you're self-conscious about, or maybe it's something that is completely normal to you. but not normal among all of the people in the market. And again, this can be something that is personal to you, or it can be something that is unique to your business processes. Those are kind of the two options. You can stay like squarely in business land here if you want and just mix in something that like is kind of seemingly unrelated. Maybe it's life coaching with photography, like a good friend of mine. Maybe it's the people that you serve with athletic apparel. Meaning, I'm thinking of a specific brand. Let me explain myself there. I know that wasn't particularly clear. So maybe it's CrossFitters, which I've been doing lately. I've been doing CrossFit, who are lifting with barbells, women who wear sports bras, who have been bruising their collarbones from doing like clean and jerks and other heavy weights with the barbell. Super specific, right? But super unique. You're not going to find that sports bra that has the reinforced padding over your collarbone in Lululemon. And it carves a space in the market that is unique to you. So this is the plot twist technique. Figure out something that you want to mix into your brand that's going to make it more interesting, more unique, and different. Post about it. Tag me in the post, and be sure to share what you do over in the In Demand Brand Facebook group so that we can cheer you on, support you, and comment over on your posts. You're amazing. Cannot wait to see what you come up with.